I love the new King of the Hill season, or reboot, or whatever you want to call it, and a big part of why is because despite how much has changed in the world and with the characters, it still manages to feel like King of the Hill. It felt like catching up with old friends. Yeah, they're different now in varying degrees, but still feels like the good old times. So instead of feeling like a reboot, it really just feels like a new season. Not to mention the jokes are really funny throughout the season. There were several moments that got a good laugh out of me, both through the dialogue and the visuals. Not only that, the season is very heartwarming. There's a lot of sweet moments, especially with Hank and Bobby and the troubles they go through. The new writers were clearly fans of the show and get King of the Hill. The only real negative I can say is that the voice actors are mostly hit and some misses. Your mileage may vary, and personally, the only one that surprised me was Khan's new voice. Had to double check it was even Khan when he showed up. Anyway, to best show how good the reboot is, I'll quickly talk about how the King of the Hill himself, Hank, has changed, but in a way that's natural and true to their characters. Spoilers ahead for the season if you want to watch it. Coming back to Arlen after years of being in Saudi Arabia, Hank is a lot gentler these days. Don't get me wrong, you can still make him mad, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Moments that might have made the old Hank resort to violence or something are treated a lot more mildly now. He thinks things through and has clearly learned a lot over the years. He's enjoying things that he never would have thought he liked, like his newfound football interest, but he's still Hank. He stands up for what he believes in and is always willing to be a good friend and family member. The biggest example is Hank finding out that Bobby doesn't use propane in his restaurant. He's disappointed, sure, but he eventually accepts Bobby's choice of coal after trying the food with full sincerity. I don't know, it feels right and was really sweet, but it's so crazy to see Hank endorsing anything other than propane. In the earlier seasons, Hank was someone who was more or less always open to new things despite his initial hesitance, and it was always fun to see how Hank would feel about things. The new season is a natural progression to his character, and I'm glad to have the show back.